little bit of a late start, but we're here. Currently, Watch Dogs Legion's gameplay.
Jesus Christ, what is that thing?
Perhaps we could approach this mission differently. If you'd rather keep your distance, we've got you covered. Amy is a drone expert,
What have we here?
a real tech connoisseur.
Hate spiders, but love this one.
What an adorable creepy crawler.
Here we are. Let's class the place up.
A drone expert does have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aims, she fires, she hits.
I'm reading incoming drones.
She can also hack.
I like they
enemy
seem to be
drones, so
taking a
it's
more
entirely
fun
in her
approach
favor.
to this.
And if you are not into direct confrontation, there are more ways than one to get the job done. Recruiting an Albion officer like Brielle here might be challenging, but it'll get you inside restricted Albion areas.
Don't mind me, just doing recon for a bunch of insurgents.
However, do anything suspicious and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
You've been approved for entry.
We're missing the human element here. I can get the Defense Minister on the line right now.
Well, if you feel you must.
Oh,
Criminals running our streets, illegals threatening our families, the police commissioner himself, assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that seems to be enough evidence. Next up,
Uh.
we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Wags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
Say hello to Mickey. The man lives for his team
That put another hair on my chest.
and doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
jeez.
He
I
does
love
have
it.
a slight
It's like London
drinking
Simulator.
problem, though. And he's passed out. We'll come back to him. You know what? Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
John Wick references. You love to see it.
It's almost crass to call him a hitman.
Wait, it's actually John Wick. They're using. I love it.
Some might even call him an artist.
I respect it.
Here's the bastard responsible. Done and dusted.
Not bad if I do say so, innit?
Not everyone in London is a legendary assassin or a super spy, but everyone can be a hero. So get out there, find the best recruits, and build your
I can't wait to
resistance.
just play as John Wick, because that's pretty much what I'm gonna do.
It's time to take back London.
That was neato.
Plunging the player into a living, breathing city teeming with unique locales and characters has always been a central pillar of the Watch Dogs series.
So what goes into building those worlds? Here's Amanda Munt to tell us more.
My name's Amanda Munt. I'm a level artist on Watch Dogs Legion at Ubisoft Toronto. Being a level artist, I think, is the coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what little details we want to depict, and we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell in the spaces that we're assigned to. I have the capacity to hide things and, like small little Easter eggs. In AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the world that was covered in cats. And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2. And there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity. So I was fortunate enough to go to E3 last year. Some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London. So no matter where I dropped them in the city, they would go, oh my God, this feels like Camden. This feels like Southwark. This feels like Westminster. When people are talking about some detail that I've put into the world and they're excited about it, like that feels so good as somebody who, builds these worlds with care. I love it.
And now some news for Brawlhalla fans. In just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS and Android devices.
Wait, that's huge. What? That's super awesome. Oh, hang on. I know it. I know it's gone.
1, brawl!
Hey, we back. That's so awesome. You know what? Good for them, man. Didn't see that. Brawlhalla, like, I feel like it was always meant to be a mobile game, Switch game. It's very Smash and everything. I don't know, that's awesome. I'm excited for that.
And now, whether you need a Tom Clancy action fix on the go, or want to dive back into one of the most beloved fantasy franchises in gaming, we've got you covered.
Wait, what Tom Clancy are we talking? Let's ask the real questions here. Dueling with friends is great. The gameplay is excellent. It needs a strategic person to be a strong player. Thanks. I wonder what it's like to actually play these games. I honestly have no idea. Never been my thing.
The target is being held on the ground floor.
What the fuck is this? Elite squad?
Contact! Montchain is down. Request air support. Target northeast rooftop.
Roger. Inbound. Danger close.
I need an EMP deployed now.
EMP imminent.
Get back in your cell! Hey, take this.
Don't make me regret this.
Pre-register on App Store or Google Play. Oh no.
Speaking of Tom Clancy, it's been 5 years since Rainbow Six Siege first launched, and the community has never been stronger. In celebration of this milestone, Ubisoft Montreal has put together a special video to thank all of the amazing players and developers that have helped Siege become the game it is today.
Wow. That took a turn.
In December 2015, a small team released Rainbow Six Siege. A game built on a strong vision, creativity, competitiveness, and team play.
Pour le joueur, le 1er décembre, c'est un début, mais pour nous aussi. Il faut tout de suite s'engager et dire aux joueurs, ce jeu est installé, tu peux t'y installer aussi, et nous serons là.
That original vision was quickly adopted by our passionate community, propelling it to a whole new level.
Subtitles would have been nice. I'd like to have known what he said.
Oh my god! I got it! I got it!
This is such a special moment, and being at 1 year anniversary of Rainbow Six now, game being stronger than ever, more players today than we had in the past, it means the world to us.
But we also had our share of challenges.
Health that touches upon subjects like matchmaking, connectivity, all those aspects are absolutely critical to the experience of the player.
Through it all, we're always driven by you, our community.
I have an honest respect for the fact they actually showed that, because yikes.
There is no sequel plan.
I mean, everybody knows
for
it's a
the
thing,
next
but
10
game
years,
developers just so often like to
in your
ignore that
life
it's a thing.
for quite some time.
Look at this.
Tous les succès, c'est vraiment le résultat de autant de nous que de vous. Ce jeu, il est autant le vôtre qu'il est le nôtre, nous, l'équipe de développement.
Now 60 million players strong, we're just getting started. From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it.
60 million, huh?
Thank you.
If you haven't tried it yet, dive into our new Operation Steel Wave update available now and take Ace and Malusi out for a spin.
A few days ago, we introduced y'all to a brand new multiplayer shooter. Now, it's time to venture into the Hyperscape.
Hyperscape was not my favorite thing to watch. I'd love to be proven wrong. As always, I like to be proven wrong.
Wait, what was that? A hack in a hyperscape. That's not supposed to be there. Let me get you all up to speed, okay? About 30 years ago, everything that we feared about our future started to come true. We made some good decisions. We made some bad decisions. Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions. So, here we are. 10 billion souls living in the crush of the megacities. But the people at Prisma changed everything. They gave everyone a way out. The Hyperscape. In the Hyperscape, the biggest draw by far is Crown Rush. This is where anyone
So it's Ready
can
Player
become
One,
someone.
basically.
If you get good at Crown Rush, it can change your life. But strange things have been happening lately. Rumors of people getting hurt, users disappearing from the real world. A darker secret lies at the heart of Hyperscape, and we have to find it. Some of us are searching for a way up, some of us for a way out, and for others, a new way altogether. That's what brings us to the edge of the future, to the Hyperscape.
I'm JC, Creative Director on Hyperscape.
JC's work on Far Cry Primal and multiple Prince of Persia titles has established him as a top creative here at Ubisoft.
For me, what's exciting is we started building it from scratch. Seeing it grow, adding ideas is really cool.
Hello, contender. Welcome to the Hyperscape.
The game takes place in 2054. It's in a future where humanity has grown a little darker. One of the companies there, they are launching what's called the Hyperscape, which is a virtual world and the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges. Within the virtual world, there is a battle royale that takes place in the virtual city of Neo Arcadia. Then we also introduce a lot of new things. You get the opportunity to do parkour on the rooftops, to go into interiors where it's much more narrow, much more stressful. You get to go to the landmarks where there's more opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a risk-reward kind of deal. Yeah. We introduce the notion of hacks, special abilities that you can pick up on the fly to adapt your tactics. With hacks, you can do things like teleport yourself, you can wrap yourself into a ball and bounce around the battlefield. So a lot of abilities that let you have fun, that are toys that you can play with. And finally, it's made as a spectacle, so all the viewers will be able to interact with the game on different levels through the Twitch extension. So every few minutes, there's going to be a vote, and viewers will be able to decide what effect they want to affect the whole battle. So things like changing the gravity, infinite ammo, or stuff like that. So players, while this happens, really have to adapt to all kinds of stuff that is happening. So for me, it's really exciting because right now, as we speak, we're launching the open beta, and so it's going to be available for free-to-play for all PC players worldwide. I really want to thank all the players, all the streamers, and all the viewers who participated in tech test and who will participate in the open beta. Here's a short glimpse of what you can expect.
Watch and learn how it's done. Perfecto.
It's just too much like Apex Legends. So like,
That's mine.
there's not enough to set it apart.
Let's show them what I'm made of.
Not even that it's too similar, honestly. I kind of take back what I said. It's just there's nothing like. There's just nothing that spectacular. It feels like Ubisoft just felt like they needed the battle royale, so they were like, "Hey, let's make this. This should be fine, right?" This is what the kids were into, and we didn't want what the kids were into. We wanted fun. And it's out right now.
The digital world of the Hyperscape gave our artists and developers incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Production manager Ana Maria Musca is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
My name is Ana Maria Musca. I'm the production manager for characters and weapons on Hyperscape.
This stuff out as
We
like
have paid an exceptional
separate
amount of detail
content
to our characters.
for me to indulge in if I want to, and I
different
wish
outfits,
these.
different fashion statements, different tattoos.
When it's not an
different
in-person
materials
press
until we see them
conference,
as real
I want to
individuals,
just see the games.
as
When
real
it's in
people.
person,
So
it's
the
kind of, I
second
don't
you
know,
pick
it's
a
different because I understand
you
why
see
they're
them
doing
in
it.
game, you
But-
understand what their motivations
things
are
like
and what
this,
drives
like-
them and what challenges them. This was the first lineup of characters. This is our default base, but even starting from the hair down, everything has been meticulously thought of. Would this person actually like this type of outfit? Would this person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body. Each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our players are gonna see the effort and maybe even correlate some of the accessories to what's gonna happen in the game. We're very excited to see it in people's hands.
Developers work so hard in games, man. I just wish
As we
that
move into the next generation of gaming,
they could be
Ubisoft
used
has
in
been working
things
closely
that
with
they
console
want
makers
to do and they
take
enjoy,
advantage of
so we just
all the
would get
extraordinary
best kinds
capabilities
of
these new
content
consoles will
possible,
offer.
you know?
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Hey everyone, Phil Spencer from Xbox. With
Hey,
Watch
it's the
Dogs
homie.
Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best version of the game on any version.
Why is he
of Xbox
blinking
you're
so
playing
much?
On Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray
Why is he
tracing
blinking
to
so
create
much?
an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never seen before. Ubisoft has a unique ability to create immersive worlds, setting a new bar that continues to drive our industry forward. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I love the time I've spent exploring the world in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I can't wait for you to see the gameplay from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that's coming up now.
Hey.
All right. We know you've been waiting to hear more about this game since it was
This must be the
announced back in
Valhalla
April.
gameplay that got leaked.
And now it's time for a deep dive into the world of Vikings.
My name is Julien Laferrière, and I'm the producer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So a couple of weeks ago, we announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is really, really inspiring. When we did our research, we found that, they were not mindless barbarians. Vikings were actually
I don't know why people are always
farmers trying
surprised by
to
that
find
fact.
new lands for them to settle. And so they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game. The team went to Norway and England to take the same roads that the Vikings did, to really experience what it meant to be a Viking at that time. And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming by boat in England and see those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life, is just this moment that most likely the Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity. And this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game. It is a personal adventure, it is the story of Eivor, a Viking chieftain. Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game. They will have to leave Norway to settle in England because you just can't live in Norway anymore. There's too much political pressure, no resources available. Obviously, in England, it's full of Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of build your own settlement and see your clan prosper.
I'm excited to see this gameplay. I wish we could get to it already.
Vikings were
Been
brutal
patient.
warriors.
Shields!
And the fact that they were mastering a lot of weapons coming from the medieval times really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system, to leverage the brutality and the intensity of Viking combat. Vikings were not only fighting face-to-face, they were masters of stealth and deception when needed. They used basically any sort of tactics they could use to win the battle. So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine coming from the Vikings. We are very happy to finally be able to show you the game we've all been working on. So please,
Yeah, I'm excited too, so
enjoy
show me the
this
game.
deep dive into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
I'm excited to see this in not like 480p quality.
In
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England. You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal, to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking. Today we raid, that tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches. As you prowl England's rivers by longship, you may raid locations.
I mean, it looks a lot like Odyssey, but I don't think
Ground your
anyone's
ship
surprised by that.
and blow your horn to lead your raiding crew into battle.
I don't know why people in this chat are acting surprised.
Your crew will assist you in all your raids, fighting enemies, battering down doors, and stealing cargo too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage may be used to develop your settlement, giving you access to useful services, better tools, and new settlers. At the heart of your settlement is the Alliance map. It will serve as a record of the allies you have made, and a guide for future opportunities. The Viking Age was a time of warriors and legends. In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game.
So it's literally just Odyssey, but Vikings.
Every archetype offers a unique challenge. Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others will use nearby objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors.
I mean, how can anybody
To face these
play
attacks,
Odyssey and not know?
you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them with the Viking harpoon.
Oh shit, that was
Pummel
cool.
them with throwing axes. Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance, or finish them off. Dual wield any
I like
two
the
weapons
snow
you
areas
wish
a lot.
to unleash a deadly combination of attacks.
I really hope they keep
Customize your fighting style as you see fit, and become a legendary Viking warrior. All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including 2 shields.
my god.
Not all situations call for violence. In this new land, a Viking must find a way to adapt. As Eivor is not welcome in England, you may need to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention in towns and
that's a
bustling
throwback.
cities. Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds, and slip past watchful eyes, an unseen hunter among the people.
Well, this takes me back.
From capital cities and villages to the dense forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping yourself sharp. You must feed off the land if you hope to endure. Hunt and forage to replenish your health and fortify your equipment. Search pagan temples and Roman ruins for new activities and challenges.
That was
To
fantastic.
strengthen yourself and your settlement.
Oh, I hope there's a lot of those snow areas.
The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
Ravens, show no mercy!
But as you push deeper into England, the enemy will push back. In a series of climactic moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will feature massive assaults in which you will lead Eivor's army into battle against heavily guarded Saxon fortresses.
Today we will reclaim her. Today we fight for your land. And tomorrow we rebuild.
For East Anglia.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous and haunted lands, inspired by Norse myths and England's pagan roots. It will challenge and surprise.
Thank you,
with unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs, and tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own Viking saga.
I kind of want to see more Hidden Blade combat. That's a clever logo too. November 17th.
9th century England is truly unlike anything the franchise
They're gonna
has seen
compete
before.
with Cyberpunk?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PS4.
They're gonna directly compete with
and
Cyberpunk. Wait, November 17th, releasing on Xbox Series X and
Before
PS5.
we go, our CEO, Yves Guillemot, is here to share a few words.
So that means the consoles are coming out before December.
Enjoyed what you have seen today, and that you will love playing these games. I'm proud of our teams for delivering an ambitious, broad, and creative lineup of games. And we haven't shown you everything yet. In fact, we have a lot more to come. So you will have another Ubisoft Forward to reveal even more about our upcoming games. But before ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
Oh, please be Splinter Cell. That's all I want. Oh, damn it. At least I already know it's not Splinter Cell. I feel a little better about that. Damn it, I really wanted it to be. Oh, it's Far Cry. Duh! I knew that was a thing, too. It's Dragon Age. Far Cry 6. That's a gorgeous cinematic. So if Valhalla's releasing on the 17th, but releasing for Series X and PS5, and they put Cyberpunk back to November 19th, does that mean we're getting the consoles that early? That'd be crazy. So that's you, 100%. So you are playing as boss. That's so sick. Far Cry 6. So you are in fact playing as boss. Oh wait, are we actually getting gameplay? He's gonna say it. He's gonna say Voss. He's gonna say it.
Perfect, but useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
He said Diego.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Bruh.
Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom.
Bruh.
Follow me.
Bruh.
Now.
I'm hooked. I'm hooked.
am El Presidente, which means that someday you will be El Presidente. And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. And even if you have love in your heart, even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves.
Oh, he's really gonna make him throw the grenade into the crowd, huh?
They will hate you, Diego. Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong.
Jesus Christ, stressful.
They will answer you with screams, call you evil, a monster, and give you this.
Hey now.
So you tell me, are you evil? And are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has two basic parts. Our people. And you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom.
What a good freaking trailer, man. I mean, gameplay would have been nice, but wow.
You understand now? Prove it.
Oh, I was hooked. I was really hooked. I really wanted to see how that ended. Boom.
And with that, we're wrapping up our first Ubisoft Forward. Today, we've seen the next generation of Assassin's Creed, the birth of a resistance in Watch Dogs Legion, the cyber chaos of Hyperscape, and the epic reveal of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
Remember, we'll be back later this year with another Ubisoft Forward filled with tons of game news and updates.
Thanks for joining us.
I don't like when they split these events. Cool, little extra gameplay.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Ubisoft Forward post show. My name is Yusuf McGee, and this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're going to take a deep dive into about 30 minutes of gameplay, and we're joined by a very special guest here.
Hey everyone, this is Philippe Bergeron.
So I'm not going to, I am definitely not going to commentate over the 30 minutes of gameplay because as into it and excited for it as I am, I mean, you know what it is. If you played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you know exactly what we're in for with Valhalla. Overall, that was okay. I mean, I guess it would have been nice if Far Cry 6 hadn't have been leaked, because we kind of knew what to expect. So I guess it's kind of unfair to call it disappointing, because that would have been a very exciting and unexpected ending. But I don't know. I don't really like... I'm not the biggest fan of them splitting up these events into multiple parts. I think Xbox was the shining example of what not to do with that, where they did their initial show and then they had this huge delay. Not even delay, but just so much time in between shows, and it kind of breaks up the excitement. Like, if you have something to show it together. If you don't have anything to show it separate. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't know. I just if they're gonna have some kind of cool surprise come November or December, like, I almost wish they would have announced it now, if it's already in the works, just to kind of, I don't know. I feel like now is the time to announce what you got, you know? Maybe that's me. Other than that, it was pretty good. That wasn't a bad 40 minutes. Could have been better. Could have been worse. But I gotta say, Ubisoft needs a new IP that's as strong and polished as their big few. Like that, or they really need to bring back Splinter Cell. They need something new. They need some life breathed in. Because what they have is good and solid, but like, I don't know. I really want something fresh, exciting, and nothing here got me excited. Maybe it's because I'm not into battle royales, but anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'm Anthony. You were watching the 8-Bit Network. Be sure to check out all the new stuff we've been posting, including Moscow's recent Let's Play of Spider-Man for PS4. I'm Anthony. This is the 8-Bit Network. We'll see you next time.